and discipline. Nothing else. So that's all. So DMGS moves everybody up. The students who pass through that portals of DMGS, anybody who enters through the arms of that school will be singled out, whatever he's saying. That the students of DMGS, present and former, will always be identified by excellent characteristics, not anything negative.
Aristotle wrote, "All advancement in society begins with the development of the character of the young." This means that advancement in one's life begins with the learning and practice of values. DMGS has contributed to the progress and prosperity of Nigeria in every walk of life.
I learned the hard way. I learned in terms of that you must be focused, and I think that's what I tell my kids and my students, you know, when I was in university. The period of your life when you are in school trying to get focused, you must get focused. It doesn't mean that it's all work and no play. No. If it's time for studying, do your study. If it's time to play, play.
I wish DMGS to maintain that logo, show the light. Because this has always been my watchword in raising up my kids. I said, you should be the light of the world. So, show the light, that is Lux Fiat. I always reiterate, it's something I really cherished.
The main aim of the school has always been training in Christian character, and DMGS has continued to provide leadership and to show the light, which is ever shining more brightly, so that many who have found the way may glorify God.
As a prelate, what we formed at DMGS, getting up by 5:30 and having quiet time with the Lord. I will tell you that DMGS really helped me a lot, because while in DMGS I was really close to God. It got to a stage that I was the one that read the Bible at All Saints Cathedral. Wonderful. So it really brought me close to God, and then it really helped me to imbibe some of those tenets of God that is presently what has really taken me to where I am with God now.
Certificates are good, but when morals are lacking in an individual, the certificate means nothing. You know, in the university you are given a certificate, and they will say concerning that individual that he has been found worthy, both in character and learning. So morals play a very important role. DMGS has been known for producing many bishops, both in the Anglican Communion and in the Roman Catholic Church.
Divide both sides, coefficient of 1.
Currently, the curriculum of Dennis Memorial Grammar School is designed to take care of the interests of students from every part of the world. The school operates basically Nigerian curriculum, but patterned to suit students from any part of the globe. The school admits new students into junior secondary and senior secondary classes in September of every year. This is subject to available spaces.
And one fantastic thing, in DMGS we had all classes of human beings. You had the children of the poor, you had the children of the rich, you had the children of those from the churches, middle class, everything. And you had some boys who you consider primitive boys that came from the villages. But by the time we got to class 3, they were fantastic and they did very well. They wouldn't have had that opportunity if they had not come to DMGS. Because the other schools were selective. You had to be the son of somebody, one prominent person before. Right in DMGS, once you enter DMGS, by the time you're in class 3, you have defined your roles, who you are. There's no person. Because in class 4, you're now preparing to become the big shots.
I will continue to remain grateful to DMGS. It's a marvelous place to be, and anybody who has an opportunity to be there in his own right. Because if my father had bought a place for me in DMGS, I don't think I would have appreciated the way I did. My father didn't even know I took the entrance to DMGS. But because I was in a Anglican primary school, and everybody was, saying we want to take an entrance in DMGS first. I appreciate DMGS. I think without DMGS, I wouldn't have been anything. That much I know, and I'm grateful. So famiredo mbawa ona so.
In those days, I mean, some of the things that we hold on to still today are the things that maybe people in other places may not consider so important, but then we cherish them, we treasure them, like granite. When people eat granite, now they take it as an but like in DMGS, we celebrate the eating of granite.
There was a culture in DMGS that made you to compete, very healthy competition, but inside that competition was an aspiration to only be the best, nothing less. So, that was a wonderful and healthy competition. So some of us that came from other schools, who were in other schools before the war and joined DMGS, quickly got transformed or infected by that kind of behavior.
DMGS always set great score by character building. Every set of students could count how many of their junior and senior contemporaries were severely punished for offenses which today would pass unnoticed or simply call forth a shrug of the shoulder.
I came often to come and do some documentation and stuff. And while I was there, I came early enough before the assembly started. So I think they were rounding up latecomers. So at the assembly I started, the principal's office is very close to the entrance gate. So as I was just there waiting, I just saw some boys going around the door, told to kneel down, and the next thing, some of them started getting their ass booked, and I was asking myself whether this is what I feel. So yeah, it was one of them. It was a very, very interesting first day too.
Who would have gone to DMGS and not have fun memories? If nothing at all, maybe memories of the punishment you suffered, net washing, digging the trenches, cutting the grass, and all those things. They are fun memories, but on the very positive side, there is a great respect for seniority. You respect anyone who is ahead of you. It's a tradition we still have till today. Because anywhere I meet a senior DMGS person, I must bow first to anything. Otherwise, he can give you punishment right there.
Of course, we cannot forget the impression that our principal, Mr. Eso Ogazi, a blessed memory, the impression he left on us. He was a role model in every respect. His courage, his command of English, and the discipline around him. He exuded discipline and knowledge.
Discipline that existed in DMGS at that time was such that a class 2 student will give instruction and every other person who is junior in the class 1 will obey order and discipline. Okay. I was a very rascally person growing up. So DMGS was a molding, it was a change, it was a complete change environment for me.
Some students lost a year for slightly and almost imperceptibly tampering with marks awarded by their teachers. Proven cases of pilfering, dishonesty, or gross indiscipline, of course, meant outright dismissal.
Those days in DMGS, you got expelled either because you failed or because you stole. But once you were a very bright student, no matter the number of punishments you did in a term, you got promoted if you passed.
We made noise in class. It was to teach us music, but I don't know. So once you don't come early, students have time to be doing
noise. And then students can tell funny things. So, I don't know better. And he dodged and had many things. So when he came in, he was saying, "Look, who said it?" And everybody was denying. I was the monitor. As him, I must say, I said I mentioned few names plus my own. I think we went for a week, in suspension. So these are the kind of things.
When you get into the school, that this first welcoming atmosphere, that there's a change from where you're coming from to another place, that they are in an entirely new world. At first, it's like being caged in the four walls of a school. At times, it's like you lost liberty and freedom. You're not in control of the teachers, the masters, and of course the figurehead, Ezuku, the principal then. And you'll be kind of not getting to understand what is happening to you. But with time, you realize that everybody's just doing the same thing. You have to start making friends and start to adapt, and then start to conform with the rules and regulations of the school. And it will change your entire horoscope. And every effort I made to try to be me cost me so much suspension and expulsion. And it's, you have kind of one way or the other to adapt.
During my time in DMGS too, with the backing of the principal, a new law came in. If for any reason you are disciplined and you have to you have to leave the hostel, we'll make sure you leave the hostel completely. It's not a question of because they said before us, somehow they got out of control, and they were so bad that the image of the school was going down. So the senior prefects at that time, if I recall correctly, the Commissioner for Education Anambra State was from DMGS, the PAM secretary was from DMGS, so they backed the principal and said, "Look, go and clean this school." And incidentally, Mr. Okafor, blessed memory now, was also an old boy, so it was very easy. The man came with fire, so it was nice. I think it was fun.
In sports and games too, the DMGS students are not left out.
I was in the relay team. I presented school in sprinting, and we won so many laurels for DMGS. We will go for the house national relays. So Didi Girls, Umoji Girls, St. Martin's on the Cholona, CKC, PRC, and mainly all the Anglican schools in the South East and beyond. They invite us for beyond here. And I tell you, every Monday they will bring us out to go in communion and us, having done the school proud. I do other games. I was in the school basketball team. We are the 1978 school sports champion.
I played hockey and was the school captain in 1956. I played football, first 11, won colours. Of course, I won colours in hockey. Then in football, I played in the first 11. And athletics, I won colours, the school colours.
Being a school that has produced men of proven integrity in various fields of human endeavor, DMGS Old Boys Association has created a niche in many aspects. They have renovated a lot of structures in the school. Dengramite Resort, Owerri, was donated by an old boy, Justice T.C. Anomnachi. Dengram Close, Enugu, was secured by an old boy, Professor Wilson Onribu. Then Obiejesi Complex in DMGS Onitsha was donated by Dr. N.S. Obiejesi, Managing Director, Next Oil.
One of the ways you can position DMGS to greatness again, because it was really a great school, is by getting also the private sector involved. You see, all over the world, most of the things that have succeeded, especially in the black world,
is by private initiative.
Yeah.
Okay. And the only way you can get DMGS to return to greatness is by involving corporate, private, and that was one of the things I tried to do as a student, as a member of the by taking up this initiative alone, building that hostel. Then once that hostel is completed, I should now be looking at other ways we are going to, make sure that we get that school back.
DMGS does not end with Dennis Memorial Grammar School. There are some abiding values which DMGS has always symbolized: duty, magnanimity, gratitude, and service. After its establishment, the early members of staff of DMGS fully appreciated that the duty and responsibility of the institution was to serve the youths of Nigeria who had the ability and the means to obtain secondary education. To instill discipline, there were individual or group marks awarded for nearly every activity at the school, from classroom performance through hostel cleanliness, and so on. For M, which stands for magnanimity, is used both in earlier and latter-day senses: greatness of soul, loftiness of thought and purpose, nobility of feeling, and more. Gratitude and appreciation were built into the physical structure of DMGS from the very beginning. Some of the prominent features that struck a new boy on approaching the portals of the school for the first time were the commemorative tablets, the inscriptions on the marble of the immortal names of the donors and benefactors of the school. Above all, the school consistently implanted in her boys that service is the rent we pay for our room on earth. If there is anything a student of DMGS will not fail to learn, it is humility and service.
Ingram, I sing to you Lok Fiat. Ingram, I bring to you faith untold. You challenge and inspire. Your hope is our desire. We sing to you our alma mater, Lok Fiat.
DMGS has a lot of success stories to tell. Education is a rope that can carry us to greatness. Lok Fiat.